Main screen on. Welcome to Nycos DND, the I-9 COVID-19 incursion episodes. Today's story, Whispers in the Mist, episode Sharp Eyes. I'm going to have my players introduce themselves, give me a character name, class, race, and...
Guys, I can't. I've got a call, so I have to go. Sorry.
You have a call? You got to
Oh.
go?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Whoop.
We'll get to his name and everything here in a minute. Everybody else first. Let's go with Gene first.
Okay, I
Hey,
am
Jim.
a divine soul sorcerer. My name is Tiara Sunfire, and I'm an Azamar. I am about 8 weeks old. And
more stubborn than an
life
8-year-old.
has been confusing.
Yes. Take it away, Al.
I'm Alabaster Knot, and I'm a White Veil Priest, human of course, and I don't rightly know what's going on, but I like to find out, so that I don't know nothing. Wait a minute. That's counterintuitive for me.
There's nothing you'd like to learn about.
I would love that.
Jacob.
Uh, uh, mm, I am Jacob Solis, and I am a human cleric. And unlike Alabaster, I do want to learn something.
Well said, Jacob. We have
Right, you smart Alec.
We have a party full of healing potential here. No one in this group will ever die. Everybody's got every base covered. We got a divine soul sorcerer and 2 priests. One who will do nothing to help you, and the other one who will do anything to help you. So there we go. A yellow veil and a white veil priest in the same room. This will be fun.
I promise, if you're dying, I won't do nothing.
Nice.
That's a nice double negative. Very
You're welcome.
appropriate. I mean, it's
And
his way to get nothing into nothing.
And as you notice, we did have a Sir not appearing in this film. So he may or may not be back. We'll see.
Yes.
In the meantime, let's do our story so far. What happened last week? Where are we right now? In other words, please help the game master remember his brains.
We're back. No, we started down the North Road towards Apex. We went around Apex.
No, you're thinking of Friday.
Friday. No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I put you. You came. The Friday group came here because it has a deposit to make, so to speak, in the local mountains. This party, however, went due west for a couple of days because a voice of Annika said there was something you needed to understand.
Oh, but we did that. We went up to the installation.
And they came back to town.
We just established the Society of the Schultz.
Yes.
And we are free from the ravages of intelligence. I mean, we're free from our responsibilities in this place. I think she wanted to go see about the priest. No, she just got the priest taken care of so that he's going to be released. And so
that we're basically now.
Oh, yes. Our one hook that we had was to go to what's her name? The lady who owns the tavern or the business. Hannah, yes, said that they were having issues in some sort of thing with monsters. Some sort of operation, I forget if it was mining or what have you.
Or was that Copperlocks?
That was Coppertop.
Copperlocks. She doesn't like being called Coppertop. Her name's Copperlocks. Everybody calls her Coppertop. It pisses her off.
I'll call her Copper.
No, I'm just saying that,
Yes, whoever it was. That's the only lead we had, and we just established everything in the bathhouse so that we don't have to feel responsible for all the nitty-gritty of going on here.
Right. You have the locals.
Yeah.
But the locals, both high and low, are at least working on the problem now.
Oh,
Yes.
I do have to make sure that Prime Water keeps my leperine in charge of what she's been doing
No,
in
you
the
don't.
house.
No, you don't.
Why don't I?
Because it's done. It's you still own it.
I know I own it. Okay, so I will leave a gold worth of almost a gold worth of change,
Petty cash.
petty
Leave a
cash for
an
the
account for petty cash.
But
yeah.
she's working. She has a job. She's getting paid.
She's paid with being paid by me.
But
You know
he
what?
said that he would take over
No,
the business.
he's going to coordinate it all for you. It's still under your name.
Okay,
You got a return coming from it. Remember that
Yeah,
was the whole
you
thing.
basically hired him as a manager. He's getting 10% in exchange for running the
that's why I
business
want
while
to
you're
make
gone.
sure that he keeps her employed. That's
That
all I
was
wanted.
understood.
Okay, fine.
This is
It,
the micromanagement that we were trying to get around get away from.
yeah, but I just needed to make sure because I
That's
don't
still
remember.
yes, you're still trying to micromanage. It's fine. You're taken care of. She's good.
Good. Okay, but I need some petty change for with her
Fine.
now. So we are free to maybe go take care of Miss Copper's problem.
Yes, there are monsters coming through the tunnels.
So I guess we need to go up to the mine and have them
Monster.
show us where.
I love that we have lots of combat capability right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
but at least you have lots of healing, so when you take the abuse, you can at least keep each other from dying in the process.
Yep.
This much healing.
So much healing.
Well, in theory, this group did have a monster hunter. This group did have a Goliath. This this group did have a pirate captain. So there was fighting capability.
And a paladin.
The Goliath was a paladin. Yes.
Goliath.
Yeah. Yet again, another warrior. But
Maybe
my
I should take a level in Paladin.
yeah. There'd be nothing better for you than to take a level of paladin there, Alabaster.
Well, of course, but second best. After nothing.
Well, at least we got one joke line we can always just stomp on. If we got
I am here to support you.
If we have nothing else to talk about, we can definitely continue this stream.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go visit Miss Copper.
Copper locks.
Copper Locks, Locks.
Yeah, because of her hair.
Oi! Bronze head.
Yeah, nice.
Much more copper than bronze. She said, see, here's a shiny penny. Her hair is really close to that. She holds up a shiny penny.
Thank you.
Aluminium curls.
Nice. You guys are so kind for remembering my name.
Tentacle. That's a good fisherman name.
It is, but I'm not a fisherman. Anyway, yes. As you know, I'm affiliated with the groups that are mining in the Blackstone Ridge north of here by Banbury.
Okay.
Aye, that sounds right.
And we've run into some complications, as you may remember. We did break into a portion of what had been an ancient civilization of Tarmakians.
Oh dear.
Oh, it was more a matter of trying not to desecrate their tomb, if you will, than it was to actually try to rescue them, because when we found it, it was in ruins, and then some surface-dwelling non-dwarves meddled a bit and woke them up.
Oh dear.
So they are starting
Yeah.
forays towards the surface because they unlike other denizens of the Everdark, aren't native there, and so they're trying to break out to the surface, and to do such might be an inconvenience. So,
What a Tramakian.
Tower Machian, Taur.
Tramakian. What are Tramakians?
They're the ones with the big horns, aren't they?
Minotaur.
Oh, horns. Horned
Oi,
people.
they're the horny people.
Have I seen any?
Tower Mox? I don't think so.
Not in town, we have not.
I think you might have when you did visit Banbury before, when you early in your character creation, like the second day you were alive, you might have been there. Might have seen one, but I doubt it.
Okay.
But what?
Okay. Well, let's get packed up and pick up some.
So just to be clear, what I'm offering is a coin per ear of these beasts that you kill.
What type of coin?
Silver. Why? It's just a job. Just killing animals.
You said they had an ancient civilization.
Yeah, but
and you.
they had their time.
Aye, of course. We'll find out what's what, and we'll deal with it accordingly. Right, Tiara.
Absolutely.
Aye, let's go.
What is best for all.
Aye, it's for the best that we take care of it.
All right. So, she gives you the instructions on how to get there because you do have to turn off the main road when you get to Point's Edge.
Okay.
And she does warn you, you probably don't want to spend very much time around Point's Edge, nor do you want to actually engage with the owner because he's a rather irascible fella and tends to talk your ear off and possibly kill you. He's a bit of a
What is he?
sociopath. Well, can't rightly say. I don't think I've ever seen him. Just be careful when you go near the place. It used to be a hotel. He's got some weird views on what should happen if you visit a hotel.
She starts walking out. Alabaster? What's a
Aye.
hotel?
Hotel. I believe it's something like a tavern where you sleep for the night. Like
Okay.
an inn.
All right. Thank you. She tried not to say it out in front of everybody.
I understand. She's learning restraint in her ignorance. All right.
Aye. I have a question.
Yeah.
What domain in 5e terms do you think a white veil would be?
That is tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
What are all the negation spells? I mean, obviously
I'm gonna
lower
look that up.
water.
All of the creation spells have like
Reverses.
they're both like they're
Yeah,
both
so you
create
ta-
and destroy.
So you take them. You just only use you only prefer to use the obvious.
I was-
The obverse, but
Probably the most innocuous of them that doesn't have a slant towards preserving life, like protection or life, or would either be knowledge
okay,
or
so
light.
I also think though that they should have spare the dying because they might have died with something worth living. That they might have had something worth living for. So you need to make sure they're completely, that their death is absolutely pointless, right? So
Maybe
keep them around.
Twilight domain. It gets darkness and visibility. No, not quite. Sleep. Unity. That's a thing. Unity sounds similar. It's like devotion, like Healy stuff. Order.
I can see doing things like casting haste just so people die faster.
Huh. How about light? Light rhymes with white.
Yes.
Burning hands, flaming sphere.
Yeah, those because
scorching ray.
they'd be representing the brilliance of white, and you're with the sphere, you're going to be ultimately trying to destroy things, right? So
Grave. No, it has revivify. Ugh.
Revivify.
yeah, but no, hang on a second though. Revivify has a reverse too for killing undead. And you
Does
don't
it?
you don't even want undead to live, right? Or does it not anymore?
I don't know anymore. I'll figure that out later.
Who cares?
Maybe I'll just have to make one.
Make one.
Okay. I'm just looking up because I need to know if we're gonna get into combat. What combat things I do.
Well, yeah, but I figure the conversation about combat might come up on the way up the mountain anyway, because they're asking you to basically exterminate monsters that are sentient.
Oh, we don't know they're sentient.
Yeah, they told you they had a
Let's
culture.
ignore their sentience.
Well, she can't. She's sure that these people have a right to survive.
Aye, but they've clearly stuck around far longer than they were supposed to. It's time for them to embrace the nothing.
He just doesn't respond to you.
It's time to wipe them out. Haha, get it?
Ha-ha.
I didn't say wipe them out.
I got
wipe
that.
them.
I got that.
Ah, waka waka.
All right. So anyway, travel up the mountains pretty. Well, are you gonna go with you can go with one of the dwarf caravans to make it easy, give yourself some cover, or you can travel alone by yourselves. Which do you prefer?
Let's
Here
go
I
with
come to end the day.
Nice.
Go with the dwarven caravan.
All right. So traveling with the caravan, you're not gonna run into any real conflicts, and they do have a camping space.
Oh, I'll be right back. Just a second.
Okay. It's down to me and down to you, Gene. We're all that's left. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, Jacob is down here.
I know, but he's muted. I just was being silly.
Oh, I am here. You are here. That's the most important you that I know of.
I am here as well.
I know, Jacob.
And Jacob.
I'm just teasing. All right, so yeah, you're thinking about it on the way up here. What she's paying you to do is pay you by the ear on killing things that are by her own definition sentient.
Yeah.
Number one doesn't sound like a mission that would be suitable to you, and number two, it seems almost in opposition to the way Copperlock responded originally, because remember, she originally was begging people to help protect her caravans as they were going to the mountains, so she was worried about people that would kill people for just being different.
Yeah, of course, I wasn't in on that, but it bothers her because he said an old civilization, somebody mucked with them and they woke up. Now they're trying to get out to the surface. Maybe we can help them find a way to get out to the surface.
But if so, you'll be going against what you're getting paid for.
Yeah, if they're, I have to ask, which I will with Alabaster, are Tamakian evil folk?
Well, you can talk actually with the dwarves of the caravan, and they'll make a little bit more clear what's going on. What they're actually dealing with is that after they made the original contact with the Tower Mox agreed that a move to the surface immediately might be difficult because there's already a civilization functioning in the valley. So what they suggested is they would continue to operate from their home in the mountain, provided they were given access on occasion to reach the surface for rituals. Then, about 2 weeks ago, or actually about 3 weeks ago, about the same time as the second broadcast, creatures that were known as that you've heard of before, known as the Grolem, started moving down from the highlands above Fulcrum into the valley and interfering with not only the dwarf operations but by necessity also the Tower Mock's access to the surface.
Okay, so maybe
So it's the Grolem that they want the ears of.
Okay.
They're willing to pay by the ear for Grolem, provided it helps to alleviate the problem with the Tower Mocks and also facilitate the continued mining operation, because they've just recently struck a rather considerable load of gravelings.
Okay. And they
Load of what? What were they?
Okay, what it is a Grolem. Quite simply, the termites are not the problem. The Grolem are, because the Grolem came down the hill into the valley and prevented the termites from accessing up above for their rituals, which the dwarves promised them that they'd be able to access the surface, and work from the surface, mostly underground, but come to the surface for their rituals. The Grolem have come down the mountain.
Oh, I get it. So the Grolem's what we got to kill.
Yeah, what are Grolem?
They're sentient race that has an ancient civilization.
Well, not so much on the civilization side. The Grolem are a tribal, nasty, creature-based. They're along the lines of. They physically look like hyenas. What in D&D terms are considered to be gnolls,
Okay.
gnolls or flint.
Okay. Are they evil?
Yes.
They are adversarial to our domain.
Well, and they're also capricious, savage,
Untrustworthy.
uncouth. They pick their
Murdered some.
They pick their noses. Horrible things like that.
They don't wear deodorant.
Exactly. They don't maintain social distancing in
Oh,
common
okay, they
places.
gotta go. It's time to die. Let's go.
They cough without covering their mouths with their arm.
No, worse, they cough into their hand and then they shake hands.
Yes.
Oh dear Lord.
And they eat their spaghetti without a spoon.
Ugh, no, they
Hey,
eat their
just take
spaghetti
the
with
plate.
only a spoon.
They take the plate, fold it, and then just funnel it in.
Ah, yeah.
Good Lord Almighty.
So much cleaner that way.
Yes. You don't get your hands dirty, the plate's dirty, but
The worst mistake I ever made is I went out with a young lady of Italian descent, and we went to Olive Garden, and I ordered. Well, that was bad enough, but then I ordered spaghetti, and I'm from Kansas, and so I absentmindedly started cutting my spaghetti with a fork. Oh my God! She threw her silverware down on her plate and told me you need to take me home right now. I'm not doing this. And I go, what? She goes, you just cut your spaghetti. And I go, sorry, I didn't want to slurp it. Oops. So
You're a bad person, John.
I know.
no, that I'm sorry, that was ridiculous on her part. Sorry, grow up. There's different people eat it different ways. It all goes down
No.
Not if you take an Italian girl to an Olive Garden. That's like the most horrible.
Should have taken her to a steakhouse.
I can't believe she agreed to go.
Well, she didn't know.
I wouldn't have agreed to go.
She didn't know we were going until I got there. This was when I was younger, much younger.
You fool.
That's horrible.
Yep. Okay. we will write on the thing, and she says, "Well, what did Roland look like?" And she'll get the explanation. And
Yes.
okay,
They like to skin their opponents and wear their skins. It's really creepy.
Nice.
Yeah, they're morally
kind
reprehensible in about just about every way you can think of.
Kiara's eyes go about as big as eyes can go, and you go, "Oh my God!" She said, "That's
I wonder what a
awful."
halfling suit of armor would look like.
Oh, what's a halfling?
God damn it.
One of the dwarves goes, "You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be! She's kidding, right?
No,
Aye, she's codding. She's only codding.
That can't be real. You're making that up. You know what a halfling is. Everybody knows what halflings are.
is
Holy
there
crap!
You
are there
pick them out of
any?
your toes at the beach.
Pick them out of the sand on their battle
Oh, you mean
allotments.
that funny uh, uh, like plant stuff that we walked on?
Here, there's really a song that you should listen to. It's by my good friend Spock. Bilbo! Bilbo Baggins!
Nice.
Tell you everything you need to know about halflings.
You said you.
None of. She's kind of sitting there going, "None of you are making any sense whatsoever. All I asked was a simple question, and no one gives me a straight answer. I haven't. Don't think I've had a straight answer. You pick them up from between your toes. You must
Yeah,
know
we're
something."
only codding. Good gracious, let's just go. They're small people, like children, except fatter and meaner. Stupider.
And more joyful.
Aye, too joyful. They've had it too good for too long.
Well, joy is a wonderful thing. You take joy in the
You know
day.
what? You need to take her to Mandigan and just leave her there for a couple of nights. She'll be fine after that.
Huh?
Ooh, what's Mandigan?
Tymandigan. 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 It's a
What?
port. It's a city in Bailiwick.
She
It's
kind of
it's literally halfling culture run amok, amok. Anyway,
Would cure wounds be Whitevale? Because technically I'm making the wounds no longer exist.
sure. When it's not like you're doing nothing to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so when you get to the top of the valley and start to descend into the area, I can describe it more clearly. The mountain range to the left of you is what separates the Silk Valley, this area, from the capital city Apex and all of that terrain to the north. This is where fundamentally where you turned and kept going straight west. In this case, you're going to be meandering slightly northward again.
okay.
Um, the that mountain range at this point actually acts like a dividing ridge, and it's known as the Blackstone Ridge, mainly because the stone here is
Like
volcanic basalt and a lot of gray and black. Uh,
yeah,
the up above the Blackstone Ridge is an area of wildlands. It's up into the mountains towards the elvish holds of old. Of course, no one's seen elves in forever from that direction, but the area therefore has been overrun by the Grolem and other nefarious beasts and such. So it's become quite a hunting haven. people go up there to go hunting for various wild creatures and such like that. It's more than likely the kind of place that would have been perfect for bringing Lucius Kane if he were around, because he could go up there and go hunting for monsters to his heart's
Heart's
content.
content.
Um, Down into the valley, to therefore the south of Blackstone Ridge, lies the little town of Banbury. And Banbury is as close to being a hamlet as possible, in that it's not quite. It's a little too large to not be a town, but too small.
It's a village, a
Yeah,
large village.
it's yeah. It
Hamlet is like 2 or 3 buildings.
Right. Well, so
Yeah,
the
that's the.
that's what I was trying to describe. It's got, in its main structure, the town consists of Mawbrys, Maubry', Mawbrys, which is the town's equivalent to an inn. It's not really, but they've got rooms to let. Uh, there's a general store, but the general store is actually set up fundamentally by the people who have been trading with Selk, who have built a little bit of a exchange service for the miners. So they don't carry general gear, but they carry the kind of stuff you would need if you were mining. So picks and hammers and
Shovels and
shovels and
candles and
metal wheels for your carts that go on the rails inside of the caves and that kind of thing.
uh,
Um, Bags for carrying out the loot, that kind of thing. Uh, Recently, they started carrying weapons because the incursion of the Grolem has come to such that they've actually been sighted inside of the mine shafts a couple of times. They're not sure how they're getting into them, so the theory is that some of the older mine shafts might actually open out onto the other side of the ridge. But that's at this point only conjecture. The number 3 has basically been cordoned off as non-useful, as that is where the Tower Mox lair was found to be, was through old number 3. And so it's now fundamentally called Bull's Run, because it's where the Minotaurs come out and do their thing. They're treating it pretty insensitively to call it Bull's Run, but the Tarmox haven't come out to actually be aware of it yet. That's what it's just referred to.
okay.
Let's see. There are a group of hodgepodge mining shanties between the general store and the mine shafts themselves, the actual mine entrances, and that area is known as the Warrens, mainly because it makes no sense. They didn't do any
Planning.
city planning or anything. It's just basically little lean-tos and hodgepodge together sleeping quarters for the miners. But farther north, beyond this, is a well-known family. By the patron's name was Elmo, and the Elmo Hildebrand, and so the Hildebrand farm.
Elmo.
Yeah.
My grandfather, great grandfather's name.
Nice. But nay, got me. Okay. The Hildebrand family raised dogs. That's their claim to fame. Is they've bred hunting dogs for generations, and their dogs have served the kings of Apex since time immemorial. So, although he doesn't actually have a line to the lineage of the kings, nonetheless, Elmo is arguably the strongest of the loyalists this far inland. Most folk have gotten used to working without a government involvement, and so they're much more traditionally minded. But if you want a staunch discussion of local politics, Elmo would be your guy. There is a church in town. It's been recently converted to a rainbow veil, but only because it was originally a church of the Nine Veils, and the only thing it didn't have was a place for red veil worship. Um, the priest there is Brandobarus Blunderbuss, and he's been overseeing the area for a long time. He was actually the first dwarf to live in this area before the Copper Top wave of
Miners.
miners and traders showed up here a couple of months ago.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
Are there a bunch of hexagonal plates, or no, septagonal plates
Yes.
down in the ground?
Yes. How did you know?
Intuition.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, that's actually you asked that question, and they actually originate it. The story goes they originate in Old Number One, and every 100 feet to the left side or the right side of the road coming down off of the mine, there are these septagonal plates stuck in the ground, and rumor has it that there are ghosts that occasionally use that route, and there's even been heard the wail of a train from time to time.
Ooh.
A train whistle, which of course is a weird and odd sound since there's no such thing as what we think of as train engines, so to speak. So,
Oh, it's the Banshee. Wait, we just took care of one. Never mind.
yeah, exactly.
That can't be that one.
Can't be that one.
Righto, so, what are we doing?
I say let's go down into town and find out the latest information, and then let's set out after these Grolem.
Well, the
Aye, very well.
several other quick notes. Beyond Elmo's clan, Elmo's family and associates that live out towards the Hildebrand farm, there's also a mansion that's south of here, owned by a guy named Alistair, and it's considered to be a haunted house. He has not been seen himself in probably 30 years, although his manservant still comes into town every 3 or 4 weeks to buy supplies. But no one actually has ever seen or never really pursued the manservant to see whether he actually goes back to the property or not. But he comes in and buys supplies at the general store.
Okay.
And then finally, there is a gentleman who's kind of capitalized on the area being called the Warrens. His name actually is Warren, and he's actually trying to unionize the mine workers. And it's been a thorn in Copperlock's side that this human engineer has been endeavoring to meddle with the mining operations and trying to organize the workers, much to his chagrin, because they keep asking for more wages and more stable shares of the treasure, while Warren just wants to be like the meddler and eventually wants to be elected to the head. Kind of think of him as the Jimmy Hoffa, if you will, of the local area. He's a noisemaker mostly. But his group, his gang is laughingly called the Warren Commission.
Okay. Okay.
So now you've gotten the political run of the local, more than likely just by the scuttlebutt you got from the caravan on the way up. If there's any particular questions you want to ask, feel free to do that before we get into the actual meeting of NPCs and stuff, if you prefer. So if there's some anonymous questions you'd like to ask, that kind of thing.
Alabaster, should we go to the city or just get started?
There's not really much of a city, to be honest. However, if we really wanted to, we could go take a look at the shops. Maybe ask about where these Grolem is goings.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe they have a map of the area. So
Oi.
I
Well,
could-
they deal with all the newcomers because they fit them out with gear.
Okay, let's
So
go.
2 newcomers wouldn't be out of place there.
No.
They're
I-
probably used to answering stupid questions. So I think you should go.
Yes, I saw what you did there. That was clever.
I
Sorry.
should go?
That was.
Yeah, we should go. Let's go.
Okay, we should go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Wouldn't feel comfortable alone.
Yep.
But we will go.
All right. So, Maubrey's or the which is the restaurant and inn, or the general store.
General store?
General store.
General store. Okay. There's a gentleman in there with he's got sandy hair, big bushy eyebrows, kind of a crinkled forehead. Looks
Human
like he's
or
human, definitely human. Looks worried all the time. Matter of fact, his face kind of scrunches up, and quite often he's standing kind of slack-jawed in the middle of the area, almost like he's not sure what he's supposed to do. The locals would I mean, the sign on the door says, "Proprietor is Belphulus Cruller," so that must be who this fella is.
Belphulus?
Blfalas, Belphulus Cruller.
Belphulus Cruller. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Oh, welcome. Newcomers must have come up with the caravan. I'm Belphulus. How can I help you? People call me Belt. Feel free to call me anything you want. Just don't call me Phallus. For some reason, my wife gets really upset.
Huh. Well, anything I want. I was wondering if you could tell us about this old Grolum situation.
Oh yeah, it's getting to be a real problem. Personally, they haven't gotten brave enough to attack town itself per se. So I haven't personally had any problems with it, except that some of the people that hunt them are a little, I guess you'd say, graphic in the way they represent the ones that they've killed. So, like they'll cut their heads off and drag in just the heads or something like that. Now, the the kingdom's stance on them before all of this was that they were worth basically 3 coppers a pair for the ears.
Now it's a silver per ear.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they still have to be established to be the whole ear. It can't be just a snippet. They've got to take off the whole thing at the root. So it's a little grosser than you might think, because they do have rather large and pronounced ears. But there's also a really horrible stench about them, and nobody's taking the time to process the remains, if you know what I mean. So I would just warn you, if you're going to get involved in that business, try to be tidy about it. I don't allow the hunters in here with their recently returned ill-gotten gains, so to speak.
Well, don't worry. I only smell nothing. Right, so we may or may not have been asked to deal with the situation.
Oh, well, there's a lot of people that are out here looking for the bounty, so it's probably not a secret.
Aye, probably true. But either way,
Do you have a map of the area?
Well,
Aye.
sure, and you can access it anytime you want. I'm not going to physically hand you a map right now because I didn't draw one. Actually, I have maps of the area, but I don't have them with me. They're in my book at the store.
shame.
Are we in your
Gameology,
store?
best role play, best game store
Pre-COVID.
in Southern California. Pre-COVID, they will be apparently opening relatively soon for limited access. So watch for more information on that, because we'll be posting that here as soon as they make the announcement. But
Good. Now, do you have paper that I could draw a map from your map?
You,
In the world, we have a map.
in the world, we have a map.
Okay.
If you have a need of any information about the locale, you have access to it. You
Okay.
don't have to guess.
She will study the map that he has of the valley area.
Could you point out to us where the main epicenters of the Golem situation are?
Yeah, he just thumbs towards the north and says, all along the Blackstone Ridge, they've been harrying the wagons coming down from up there. They've
Ha
been
ha ha! Harry, because they're hairy.
yeah, nothing slips by you, does it?
Not a thing.
Anyway, they've been interfering with the trade coming down the mountain. So
So if we went up the mountain along the road, we would most likely.
well, you'd eventually get to the mines because the road only goes up to the mines. If you want to climb the ridge itself, your best bet is to either backtrack and go around from the apex side, or continue farther north past Elmo's place. There's an escarpment there that Warren's commission has been basically guarding, if you will. We haven't had as many incursions down that direction. We figured just because it's that's not where the gold is, so to speak. So we figure that the main reason why the Golem are coming is for the gold and more importantly the Gravelings, because it's such a useful resource.
What the Golem use the Gravelings for?
Who knows? I know that we know that they're useful for making weapons and armor and a lot of pretty things because the metal glows in concentration.
Hmm. Okay. Right.
Do we want to go up the mine road first to see if we can encounter him, or do we want to go back towards the apex side of the ridge and work our way that way?
Honestly, I don't have a smidgen of a clue.
Want to try the mine road first, at least? It's too bad we
I
didn't
don't
have.
want to go walking into a camp of Golem without being prepared.
Okay. So,
I like more information, but I don't think anybody's gonna get it because they're just hunting them.
Well, you could talk to people that hunt them. You could go up and talk to the Warren boys, or you could talk to some of the hunters. You know, they do have that little section of the Warrens proper, if you will. You can smell it before you get to it, where the ears meet the road, so to speak.
Okay, let's go there.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
No worries, no worries. So you head up there, and sure enough, you'll find a place where there's a. He was a lion. The aroma is horrible. There's the stench from
Dead Grolem.
yeah, it's the pieces and bits because some of them bring them whole and then just cut them into pieces and they're feeding them to the dogs and stuff. It's awful. Just
Yeah, there's a lot of awful too.
OFFAL, you got it. So, what kind of hunter do you want to talk to?
Grolem hunter.
Well, they're all that. There's 6 or 8 different different individuals. Are you looking for somebody who's of a human background? Are you looking for somebody who's not? You know, you're looking for a dwarf?
Someone who seems I don't know,
Successful.
who seems to be like the oldest / wisest there.
Okay, so there's one person there that actually apparently isn't following convention and actually does seem to clean his kills and stuff. And his it's kind of surprising when you see the gear at a distance. It looks like the camp of a knight. In other words, he has a um palisade with the triangle pennons flying off of the top. The pennons show a helmet wreathed with what look like pink slippers. That's what it kind of looks like at first. And underneath it, the word tricks, Trix, across the bottom. And when you come
Oi,
around the corner,
hello.
when you come around the corner, you see there's a boy, a squire, polishing a helmet. And when he sees you coming, he jumps up and runs inside, shouting, my lord, we have clientele, we have clientele." And out from the door steps a pinkish purple colored leporine. His fur is naturally a pale pink, almost purple color.
Violet.
Yes.
And
He really is. He truly does fit the definition of a velveteen rabbit.
okay.
His long ears hang down the back of his chain shirt. He has a breastplate on. He's obviously not fully in his gear, but he's looking like he must have just recently come back off the road because he's still wearing his greaves
And braces.
right, and and even the leg
Yes.
the leg coverings from the knee down, and so you can see his hairy paw underneath that. Anyway, he says, "Forsooth and good welcome, sirrah," and bows before you both. "And to you, my lady," and he reaches out for your hand. Now you know what he's asking for.
She holds her hand out.
And he kisses it very gently, and his whiskers kind of tickle.
Thank you very much for the greeting.
Indeed, you are indeed well met, for we do not get very many civilized travelers. And he looks around at his companions.
I am Alabaster not. May nothing ever stand in your way.
Why, thank you, priest of the White Veil. I honor your non-existence with all due respect.
Thanking you.
And who is this young squire you have traveling with you? He's looking over your shoulder at Jacob.
I don't rightly know. He just kind of follows me around.
Oh, his name is Jacob.
Yeah, I am. My name's Jacob Solis.
And you are a priest as well, I take it? This looks like a religious conclave.
Well, no, I'm technically a cleric. Well, more like a sage, because, I just want to seek knowledge.
Oh, he's a wee bit indigo for my taste.
Indeed. And you, my lady, are you a priestess of some order? For you give the air of someone who cares much for life.
Thank you for that recognition. I am a sorcerer, but I also have affinity for being a cleric.
Oh, you're not a healer, but you play one on TV?
Well, no, actually, I am a low-level cleric.
So you are a priest as well. Well,
Why are you being a low-level cleric?
Yeah, I have one level of cleric. So I'm low-level cleric. He never said I could change that out, so she still has that level of cleric.
I said you needed to change it out, and the joke was, the comment was that you said low level, which doesn't make any sense in a world where they're not. Your characters don't track level.
I'm a cleric.
There we go. Good.
I'm a cleric of the light.
Excellent. Well, it is very portentous that you are here, for I myself am embarked upon a holy quest, and I would ask your blessings upon my activities. And should I be successful, I believe we will see a changing of the very nature of the fabric of life itself.
Aye,
What
how
is your
would you?
quest? Sorry, I stepped on you. Go ahead.
Aye, and how would you expect to do that?
Well, the endeavoring is simply this: we as beings of creation have a duty to serve our roles as the created. There is now upon the world a great pox, a proclamation, if you will, that this world will be undone. And while I honor your role as a priest, Alabaster, I
Aye.
I do not agree with your philosophical resolution, only because I believe you to have been taught in ignorance. You see,
Oh,
we are
I
not here.
mostly just worry about the water division. So, the land part that can stay around for as long as you like. I just want the water to show away.
Fair enough, fair enough. But as I was waxing pontifically, I just wanted you to be aware that what I am endeavoring to do is to put creativity back in its place and do away with the imitative nature of the very essence of being. If you notice, there are no other knights like me.
So, Alabaster looks up at the camera,
Nice.
then looks back. Aye, that's a lovely, very apropos quest you have there.
Perhaps you could explain for me what your endeavor actually entails.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, like what the hell are you talking about? But she doesn't put it that way.
He might as
You
well have,
say,
but no, he'll gladly not only repeat himself but wax on considerably even more obliquely. His his
He's been sipping the meta juice a little too much.
Yes, he's realized that there is a problem in the world, and that the first Genesis didn't get it right. The second Genesis has only confused things further. And so, what we simply need to do is isolate the truth from the friction, and then we can get down to changing the world.
understanding truth is very important. I concur with that.
Define friction.
Friction. You know, those places where people disagree with me.
Ah. Define agree with you.
Support my endeavors to expand the realm of the second Genesis, and to obliterate those that would create ambiguity between ourselves and yourselves.
I like that. I like that word you used. Oblit or something.
Obliterate.
So, right. So, you wish to disambiguate yourself from ourselves.
Yes.
So you are a leporine, and that's what you should be appreciated as.
Yes.
I'm a human. I should be appreciated as a
No,
human.
you already are. See, that's where this discontinuity begins. You have a perfect right to exist, but you don't have a right to exert your personhood over mine.
I completely agree. I think no one should have personhood, so everyone does.
Everyone that of every sentient being.
Yes,
By
yes, yes. That really becomes a real problem, because I do have a bit of a peccadillo that I have to deal with from time to time, and that shouldn't be held against me in determining sanity, nay insanity.
I would never hold any picadillos against you. Anyways, we were hoping you could tell us about this Grolem problem.
Yes, yes. The biggest problem is that there's quite damn too many of them, and I can't kill them fast enough. I've only been able to take down 2 or 3 at a time, and look for ways to take out more of them, but they're just really good at hiding.
Would you happen to know why they're about what they're doing?
Why have they moved down from the hills, the mountain?
Well, we can only assume that some animalistic force of nature has caused them to answer their genetic call to action, and that they are fulfilling some unseen need for.
So there's something up on the mountain that's driving them down the mountain.
Yes, yes, that's quite possibly it. Of course, I wouldn't put it quite so simply, because it would take far less time to describe if I were to do that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with efficient language.
Oh, efficiency. That is definitely a watchword of your people.
Oh, it's easy to be efficient when you don't have to worry about being heard. What? I think that's
Kiara's
apropos.
looking puzzled. Oh,
For someone who has the issue of not being respected enough to be listened to, he feels the need to wax poetic so that people can overestimate his intelligence.
she's processing this.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I understand.
Well,
Aye.
good. I'm glad you understand. He pats you on the hand as if somehow that was a great success on your part.
Would you like to accompany us on our endeavor to solve this problem once and for all?
I could be persuaded, given sufficient opportunities to demonstrate my prowess both in battle and in conversation.
Absolutely. You can talk our ears off while you cut theirs.
Jacob is a wonderful listener, and he so desires to learn more.
Good, good. Well, sitting at my feet, boy, you will definitely learn 2 definite things. First of all, is that we don't call them Grolem. We call them Trids.
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 Trids. Trids.
Yes,
Why?
because, well, they should be driven out of everywhere. They're like cur, and therefore, we should be able to beat them and kick them about if we want. Therefore, kicks are for Trids.
Oh,
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
What's your name?
My name?
Oi.
Well, my friends call me Lucky.
are you
What's your
Sir
quest?
Lucky?
What's that?
Are you Sir Lucky?
No, I'm actually Sir Sele.
Sir Sele.
Yes.
Lucky
Okay.
Sir Saley, sir.
Yes. Sir Sele Rabbit.
Rabis.
Yes.
Okay. Sir Sele Rabis.
Yes.
I am Kiana Sunfire. A pleasure to meet you.
Right. Thank you.
Alabaster and Jacob, you know.
Well,
Alabaster
been
not.
introduced.
And
Jacob
Jacob.
Solace. Yes, I get that. I heard his name. Nice to meet you all. So, I will be beginning my next foray onto the mountain tomorrow morning. You are more than welcome to join me on that escapade. If you have other plans for how we might sally forth, I'm more than willing to entertain discourse on that possibility.
Alexander, I mean Alabaster, do you have any input that?
No, no, sounds good to me. We're going tomorrow. Oi,
All right, Dawn.
oi, that's a bit early.
Dawn, the sun's up.
Oi, but couldn't we wait till, I get my 8 hours?
If you go to bed early tonight,
Nothing.
you'll go.
He looks. It looks at you. The knight looks at you and says, "Nothing will prevent me from pursuing my endeavor, sir."
So,
Oi, it would, wouldn't it?
It would.
so Dawn here tomorrow.
Sure.
We'll break fast just before dawn and be ready to go.
I ain't fasting.
Break fast. Eat the morning meal.
Oh! I'm so glad you said that. I was confused. I was thinking that I had to start dealing damage before breakfast, and that doesn't seem to make any sense.
Oh no, break your fast first, and then we will go.
And then we will go kick some trids.
We will go kick
Aye.
some trid.
We will make them one with the nothing. Anyways, that one got away from me.
That one got away from you.
Let's go.
Anybody else you want to talk to?
Oh, his squire is what? A leperine?
No, little boy, just a human child.
Talk to the boy. What's your name?
Me?
Yes.
Sir, not appearing in this film. No, I'm just kidding. I can't say Tommy, huh? We already have a Tommy. So
No, we do, and I still have to find him.
I'm Chip.
Hi, Chip.
Hello, pretty lady.
Thank you. My name is Tiara.
Hi,
And
Tiara, pretty lady.
Do you go out with Sir Lucky Rebbe's on his trips?
Oh,
say-
no, my lady. I have to stay and polish his boots.
Ah, okay. Well, I hope to see you tomorrow morning, and we will.
Oi, Chip.
Yes,
Psst,
yes.
come here. Is it true what they say?
What's that?
Do they have to eat their own,
Oh, well, yes. That's one of my jobs is to carry the shovel.
Oh dear.
Well, that's okay. He's very tidy about it. We boil it first. Make it nice slurry. Don't ask him to share his cereal though, because that's what it is.
I wouldn't. Right,
Yes.
so
He gets a little touchy about that.
may the nothing be in your future. Let's go.
Why are you chuckling, Gene?
I, every time he can get something in, you know. I'm sure it's nothing.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm having fun listening to the nothingness.
Are you saying
And-
you're avoiding the conversation?
Yeah, I sit here contemplating the greater allness of nothing. That must be Alabaster's,
Well, that's why
Final.
his name is. Think about it. That's why he called himself Alabaster, because he's Al or nothing.
Al. Okay.
I saw that.
I'll
when
blast you.
I saw it when you wrote it the first time. I saw that one. Saw that one clear as day. His name is Al or nothing.
Al or nothing. All
I'm
or-
sleepy.
Well, then
It was a long road up here. You're already tired. Okay.
yeah. Let's go to the place that has beds for rent for overnight, and we will make our ask to be woken up with the dawn and have breakfast ready for us?
You're crazy. That's not how this works. I'm not an innkeeper.
Not you. We're gonna go over into the
No,
town.
I'm saying that when you get there, the guy tells you he's not an innkeeper. He's not going to wake you up. He's not going to fix breakfast for you. It's a place where you rent a bed. That's
Where can we get breakfast and early in the morning?
I suppose there might be some hunters or something up that early in the morning, but generally speaking, you know, he keeps late hours because everybody drinks till they're run out of money.
Then never mind. I'll eat rations.
I will go to let's see, where do I get some water here?
There's a well in the center of town.
Great. So in the morning, as dawn breaks, he goes to the well, draws it 10 times, and then destroys it. The 10 buckets of water.
Of course, I can just see the next person in line waiting to get to the well. You know, that early in the morning, some little boy's got his bucket, going to take water back to the house, and he watches you destroy 10 gallons of perfectly good drinking water. It's like, no, what are you doing?
Yep.
Make the little boy cry.
Then I draw one more, share it with him, and drink some. There's nothing wrong with me.
Is there like a river or stream of something above the town?
Yeah,
so
above
there's
the town.
like
Yeah,
fresh water.
yeah.
She gets asked either Alabaster or Jacob to if they come with her while she bathes, just to keep a lookout. So she asks either one of them. She doesn't care which one.
Chirp, chirp, chirp,
Yeah,
chirp.
exactly. Nobody volunteers.
Okay, she just goes down to the stream, gets a bucket of water.
She goes down to the river to pray,
She
studying
brings it
about
back,
that good old way, and who
and
shall
then just
wear
does
the
it like a
robe and
sponge
crown?
bath
Lord, show me the way.
because it's the best she can do.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Nice.
You make the bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Boo, boopy dooby doo. Rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Ha ha! Rubber ducky, I am awfully fond of. Rubber ducky, which I had a whole pond of. Rubber ducky, I am awfully fond of you. That's the bath time song.
Doop, doop, boop.
No, that's Betty Boop.
I know it's Betty Boop.
Or Marilyn Monroe. Or
Boop, boop, doop, boop.
nice.
Righto.
Okay.
We off to break the cereal with the rabbit.
Right. You see him munching away on it. Oh, also he's he's done something really disturbing. He actually has colored the little spheres of poo to brilliant fruit flavor colors.
Great.
Fruit Loop.
Great.
Not Fruit
Fruit
Loops.
Fruit Loop.
Silly Wabbit. Tricks are for kids.
That's right. It's Trix. Remember?
Yeah.
That's his
Tricks
banner.
used to be my favorite cereal back when they had the shapes.
Trix had shapes?
No, it
Yeah,
never
they
did.
made them in all the fruit shapes.
Oh, yeah. Banana shapes. That's right, yeah.
Now they're like just
Spheres.
puffs.
Yep, they're just
I was very sad. Very sad indeed.
Yeah, because the banana ones were more crunchy because they were long and thin.
No, they were just more interesting to eat. I
It
particularly
goes on my
liked the
spoon.
berry
It
ones that
goes
were
in my mouth.
hexagons.
My
Well,
stomach doesn't care.
I used to work one of my long time careers in life was that I used to work in production control at M&M's. I would remove all the threes, E's, and W's.
Ha! Good for you, John. What did you do with them when you removed them?
Hate them, of course. I didn't stay with the company very long. I don't know why. I thought they wanted me
Something
to...
about health codes, I don't know. It's silly.
Yeah,
All the ones without M's?
they get rid of the threes, E's, and W's.
Oh,
Think about it for a second, Gene.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Turn an M upside down, it's a W. Turn it on 90 degrees, it's a E.
It's great because it all matters on perspective.
And if not, it's a 3. So it's a
Exactly.
3 E M or W.
Got rid of all the threes, E's, and W's. That's right.
I just dropped my D20 and I can't find it.
Just leave it out on the ground. Nimros will find it for you. It'll come
That's
back in
metal.
pieces.
Okay, what are we doing now? Are we dead yet?
No. So, okay. So, you're going hunting.
Yes. Hunting we will go, hunting we will go.
It's
Oh,
wabbit season.
Ontario,
Duck season.
hunting we will go.
Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Very quiet. Ha ha ha. Be
Okay.
very quiet.
Yes. All right. So, you're basically once he's got your group together, he provided you guys with horses because he figured you wouldn't be able to keep up with him otherwise, and he's a horse in his full knightly regalia. Chip waves goodbye as he rides off. He reminds. He did make sure that the saddlebags were empty on Salas's Saleh's horse because he needs to have the bags empty at the beginning of the day. You'll find out a little bit later why, but he pontificates quite extensively on the previous hunts and how he's run them down in places, and usually he finds them after they've successfully attacked someplace, and then he drives them back. He asks what your preferred form of hunting is, whether you're do you guys set traps? What's your usual way of handling
Our
such
usual
beasts?
way of hunting the Grolem. It usually involves pre-hunting, I like to call it.
Do tell.
Finding their source and stopping that.
Oh, that seems pointless. How are you getting any ears if you ride past them?
In a way, by doing it like that, we get an infinite number of ears.
But how do you get paid?
We get paid infinitely with all the ears we have.
That doesn't seem
It makes a lot of sense if you don't think about it.
So, in other words, you're saying there's nothing good about that plan.
Nothing is the best part of that plan.
Yeah, they didn't work either, did it? Darn it. I kept
No,
trying to
it's
find a way.
okay.
Okay. Can't,
We'll
they,
figure it
they,
out.
they can't all work.
Gotta have some stinkers so
Yeah.
that he has something to eat in the breakfast.
That's true. That's true. And that's what the saddlebags are for.
Ha 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 ha.
Because occasionally he will stand astride in the stirrups, and a couple of them dribble off, and then he reaches back and puts them in the saddlebag.
I cover Tiara's eyes.
And
She should rather see nothing than that.
all right.
Onward!
So, as you would expect, after a couple of hours up into the mountains, he alerts and his ears stand up, and he points to the ridge, and you can see a couple of hairy forms clambering over the rocks, on hands and feet, almost like they're crawling, but not quite. It's just that they're using their feral forms to their best advantage as they're climbing up the scrabbly rocks, so they're leaning into it, so it looks like they're on all fours, but it's just more they're using their stooped form. They're
Okay.
they have like a natural arch to their backs that pushes their forearms closer to the ground anyway.
Hmm.
Anyway, he says, now, I don't know your strategy, but I tend to be fair about it. And so he pulls he's got one of these loopy horns, and he pulls
Yeah.
it out and puts it to his lips and does 3 quick blasts on it. And lowers his lance and shouts, "To arms!" and takes off after him.
All right.
Alabaster is going to use something. He's going to use thaumaturgy so that the ground rumbles and a voice like thunder says,
Nothing.
None shall pass.
nothing.
Nothing. Just once or multiple times?
The nothing be unto you. Something like that.
Something like
I gotta
that?
think of a battle cry for nothing. It's a good nothing battle cry.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Or you are nothing, not soon to be nothing.
I am here and you are here, but soon you will not be here. The dread pirate Roberts takes no survivors. The dread pirate Roberts is here for your soul.
That sounds good. Let's go. Hi ho, Silver! Away!
All right, so go ahead and roll initiative. There are four of the Golem.
I'm not very initiative.
Well, your good knight
I got-
got a 12.
I rolled 18.
I got a 6.
18. All right, so the 18 is going to go first unless Gene rolled better than an 18.
Oh, no, no, no. I have an 8.
All right, go for it, Jacob.
We're going to attack?
Everybody else is charging forward. I would only assume you are. You tell me.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use my light crossbow.
Okay.
And that's a miss. A 9.
Yep, that'll miss. Crossbow goes awry. The Golem continues scrabbling to the top. You hear him shouting something, trying to get attention from above. They keep looking upward towards the top of the ridge. It sounds like they're saying thunder. That's what it sounds like. That was an 18. Anybody before 15?
Nope.
Okay, the Blinn are making their attacks on...
The Golem? Not the Blinn.
Golem, sorry. I'm so used to the Blinn on another day. The Golem that was attacked by Jacob turns and runs back down the mountain and has surprisingly dizzyingly fast speed coming down the mountain and covers that distance of a crossbow range in short order. He isn't quite able to leap at him yet, but nonetheless he's covered the distance so that next round he will be engaged with Jacob. Which is kind of surprising because he basically dashed past the knight. Somebody roll a 20-sided for me for the knight's attack.
I rolled a 16.
Okay, so he skewers that one. Roll a d12
Okay. Oh,
and a d6.
somebody rolled a 12 and 6. I don't have them out.
Okay. I got a 5 on the 6. And a 2 on the 12.
Okay, so the spear, the lance tip didn't pierce the Golem, but it did knock him down, and the 5 was from the crush damage as the spear basically pushes him to the ground. So in other words, it's more of the blunt damage from the impact than it is the actual piercing damage of the lance itself. He nonetheless rides on beyond, but the thing is that he had to he did that on his way to his attack, so now he gets to roll his attack as well. Now he's closing with one of the Grolem. So roll again for me, please. 20-sided.
20-sided. I rolled a 15.
Okay, that'll also hit. So roll the d6 and the d12 again.
9 on the 12. 2 on the 6.
I rolled the same 9 as you did.
So, yeah, in this case, he skewers the Grolem, and then drives it to the ground as well. So, as you ride past it, there's 2 more still ahead. It is that was at 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Any of you guys? 10, 9, 8.
Firebolt. About 8.
Okay.
Why do you introduce yourself as a cleric when you have more levels in sorcerer?
Because she was going for the political.
I
'cause she
told
saw
him.
as a knight. He also addressed her as a priest because he assumed that she was a priest. She was traveling with you and with Solus, who both were introduced as clerics.
No, he's a clerk.
Okay, I don't have that. I do have Sacred Flame.
Okay, roll to hit then.
Okay.
No, you should have firebolt. You have all the sorcerer's spells.
Oh, all the sorcerer's cantrips? No. I only have 4 cantrips that I can use.
Oh, never mind then.
And then she can swap them out. She can have them, but she can only have them so many at a time.
Yeah, I can only have 4 at a time. I have Dancing Lights, Message, Prestidigitation, and Truth Strike. I rolled a 14 with a bow, and I have a plus
14 hits.
Okay. And I do a D8. Am I allowed a longbow as a cleric?
I don't know, Gene. You have to look in the book. I don't think there's a problem with it anymore.
Okay. Yeah, 7 plus 1.
Okay.
8.
You took down one of them. There's only one left, still running for the edge, and you realize now he's not yelling thunder. He's yelling drunder.
Thunder must be a higher level golem. They're asking for help. Okay. She knocks another arrow and it stands ready.
All right. And not. What are you doing?
Alabaster is going to hop off of his steed and go to the one that's been felled.
Uh-huh.
Is he dead?
Yes. One of them is the one that got trampled by the horse. Yeah.
He's gonna cast Spare the Dying on him.
Okay. Alrighty. So the knight is going to have to try to finish the last one off before he gets to the edge of the clearing. Since the Blinn are on foot and he's a horse, he'll be able to get there in time. So go ahead and roll one more attack roll for our just knightly rabbit.
I rolled a 10.
10. He misses. Oh no. The Blinn, avoiding the attack, screams Drunder one more time, and there on the top of the hill steps just a foul beast of a creature. It looks like it has like 8 ears, but actually what it's done is it's taken the ears of its enemies and hung them from his own ears. So he's got this trail of desiccating earlobes hanging from his own. But his ears are Grolem, the ones that are attached to those that have come for his. So it's
Okay.
a pair of elven ears, a couple pairs of dwarven ears, that kind of thing. and he's got a maul, but the head of the maul has been made kind of like a meat tenderizer. It's got this crosshatch pattern so that when it smacks, it does
Not
particularly
fun.
nasty damage. And he lopes forward and attempts to plant this on our velveteen rabbit. So roll to hit for me, please.
I will roll. I got a 10.
He misses even with all of his modifiers because of the impressive armor that our rabbit has. So the rabbit can finish his charge into him. Go ahead and roll for the rabbit's attack.
7.
Boy,
Don't you love my dice?
Yeah, your dice are awesome. So Drunder rolls under the lance attack and lopes forward, heading towards Jacob. Jacob gets his next shot with the bow. Do you want to shoot at the last living Golem, or are you going to attack the boss?
Which one is about to attack me?
The boss.
No, the boss is on its way to you. It's not going to be there yet.
Yeah, I get rid of the boss,
All right then.
but that's just me.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Roll to hit.
Is 16 a hit?
16 will miss. Alabaster?
It's her turn
Oh,
first.
sorry, Tiara?
Tiara uses magic missile on him at 3rd level.
Woof.
Well, no, I'm sorry. It would be
On the boss or on the little one?
on the boss.
Oh,
So she's only level 3.
she can't.
so that's
she can't throw it at 3rd level then anyway.
So she can only throw 2nd level. So that would be 4d8. Okay.
48.
Isn't it 3d8
No,
for
it's 3d4. Base magic missile. 3d4 plus 3.
3d4?
Then you get an extra die every other level. So at 3rd level, you could have 4d4 plus 4.
44. Okay. Just a moment.
Yeah, remember, it's still 12
It's-
points of damage. It's still a decent average amount of damage. And
So
it's
you
auto
throw. So it's 3d4 plus 1 per dart.
Okay. Of course, I just dropped the damn before.
So if you're doing a 2nd level, then you're doing 5d4 plus 5.
The 2nd level is 5d4
plus 5.
Okay. That's 5 points on the first 2. Oh shoot! Now I dropped both of the dice.
Of course you did.
3 on the 3rd dice. 6 on the. That would be a 3 on the 3rd one, and 3 on the 4th one. So 3 is 9 plus 5. That's 14 plus 5, 19 points of damage.
Yes, the boss is going to howl and change his direction because he'll come after you. You've done more damage than Jacob did.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn.
So he casted Spare the Dying on the one.
Yep.
And he's gonna go out. He's gonna look at him and say, "Why are you guys attacking the mines?" Do you want to die? Okay. Well. And he finishes him off with a spike or his harpoon. Oh well. Had to try.
All right, so the knight is wheeling at the top of the hill and getting ready to goad his horse back down the hill after the after
Oh.
Drender. The one that is up there is going to make a feeble attempt to attack the knight. So go ahead and have somebody roll d20 for the attack on.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
No, I'll do it. Oh,
Okay.
I
Never
like
mind.
failing.
I've been enjoying that. I'll let you.
4.
That's better than worse than my 14.
He has advantage. You choose, John.
The 14 wouldn't
Does
even
he have advantage or
14.
disadvantage?
Even with advantage, it wouldn't matter against the poor thing goes running up against the knight and his barded horse and does nothing. Looks down at him, and the knight shows pity and tries to smack him away with the back of it, but it's just a backhand. So go ahead and roll to hit with the backhand, Travis.
1.
Yay.
Oh my God.
The knight falls off his horse. Holy crap!
Oh, I love this dice.
That's hysterical. All right,
Great.
Jacob, you see that that Drender has now turned his attention to Tiara. You got a chance to shoot him before he gets there.
All right then. Nat 20.
Okay. Roll down. Roll to back it up.
With the D20.
That's called backing it up.
Okay. And a 9.
Okay, so now just gonna be max damage. So you do another. What is your bow is 8, so 9 points of damage.
Well, it's a light crossbow, and I need to roll a D8.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
but you don't have to roll because it's max damage. It's D8
Okay.
plus your Dex modifier.
X0.
What's your
Dex
Dex modifier?
2.
Okay.
10.
10
Yes.
points.
Now he gets to make his attack on Jean. So go ahead and roll for me, Travis.
Oh no, I think Gene should roll this one.
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Back it up.
It's not my fault, Gene. I'm sorry. Oops,
Don't
I dropped my
worry.
dice.
Trying to reset the luck counter, are you, by dropping it?
It's a 14.
14. So no, it won't be max damage. So it'll be D8 plus D4, please.
No, it would be max damage, just not
that's
double
right.
damage.
That's right. So it's 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 4. So 16 points of damage to Tiara. This hammer, when it hits, does actually slashing and crushing damage at the same time.
Yummy.
As the little tiny faces act like little incisors trying to chew at you.
Well, I'm still alive, but not by much.
Yeah. The blow
You guys,
more than likely will knock you down unless you make a dex save.
okay. I rolled a 14 plus 1.
You made it. You're fine. But it hit you hard.
Yeah.
And Alabaster's turn. No, I'm sorry. Tiara's turn to respond.
Second magic missile.
A second magic missile. That's only be 44 because it'll be the first level, right? Because you've already used your second for the day.
Yeah. Four, 3, 2, 4. 4, 3, 2, 4.
8 and 5 is 9. 8 and 5. 8 and 5 is 13 plus 4. Yeah.
4, 17 points.
17 points. He's a bloody mess. He's got puncture holes all over him. He's shrieking at you, and bits of ichor and bile from his mouth, along with his own blood, splatters across your face as he's leaning down to roar over your body. I mean, roar over you as you didn't fall. And here comes the thundering knight back down the hill. Oh no, he got on horse.
Alabaster's turn.
Oh yeah.
Alabaster is going to cast Burning Hands.
Oh, nice. Whoosh.
So he's got to do a Dex saving throw or burst in a flame.
Yeah, he'll fail.
3d6.
It is not. It is not Drunder's day.
2, 6, 6. That is 12 plus. Do I get any pluses to it?
No, it should be just 3d6 by itself.
12.
12. Yeah, he shrieks and falls to a knee. Sele gets to attack the other golem up the hill. Roll for me, please.
Sure.
Ooh. Oh,
Sele's attacking.
Do you want to succeed or fail, John? Me or
No, you
Gene?
rolled a net 20 here a minute ago. I'm okay with you rolling.
11.
Yeah, you miss. Nice. And the golem then takes a pot shot back at him. Go ahead, Gene. Roll a d20 of the golem attacking.
I
Sele.
rolled a 2.
Oh, nice. You guys are competing for horrible dice. Lovely.
Mine is the most consistently horrible. You know, besides that one outlier of the nat 20.
Yeah.
Mine
On me.
is good. Well, you know, story reasons. My dice, no story.
Yeah. All right. Realizing his good fortune in not having been hit by the knight, that Grolem's going to head on over the ridge, try to go find his compatriots. Torn between coming after the big champion monster that you guys are handling by yourselves and pursuing the lone one, he looks down and shouts to you, "How do you fare, brothers? Will you be able to my kinsman, will you be able to handle this, or should I come down and assist you?"
Oi, we've got no problems here.
So
Nothing wrong with that situation.
So, with a leap and a bound, because he's a rabbit, he is back in the back in the saddle and takes off chasing the last remainder. As you guys now get to face the big guy by himself, he's already boogered up pretty badly, and
On his turn, he takes damage from being fire.
right, but yep, and then Jacob's going to deal damage as well. So Jacob, roll your attack.
17.
Four times in a row. All right. Go ahead, roll damage.
An 8.
All right. He goes down in a burning heap.
Oh, wait, actually, not my 10. 10, because plus dex.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's more than enough. He goes down.
Okay.
A few minutes later, Sele will come back over the top of the ridge with his prey on his lance tip. Drops it at your feet. Says, "Well done, my friends. We will definitely be rewarded this day for our great successes. Feel free to begin the cutting process. I will start the cleansing rituals."
He's gonna do thaumaturgy and put out the flames.
Okay.
Is there any signs on the big dude of he wants to do an investigation check, I guess.
Sure. Go ahead.
I heal myself.
Okay.
14 plus. Where's my book? Where's my book? Where's my book? Where's my book? I don't know where my book is. So plus 3. 17.
Okay. So first thing is you're able to, because you were clever enough to put the fire out. In addition to his hammer, he is wearing a necklace of teeth to go along with the earrings of ears, carrying on with the theme of gristly,
That's hot.
ghoulish,
Yep.
ghoulish treasures. He also has a ring that looks like two serpents entwined that are eating each other.
That's strange. but I don't see it, so I can't.
He's going to ritual cast identify.
Okay, that's going to take you 10 minutes, so you can start that now, but it'll take you a while,
Yep.
and you probably would want to wait till you finish finding out what else you got. But
Yeah, probably. But
um,
he will identify it, whatever, later.
okay, and in addition to the hammer, the other thing he would have that also seems kind of gristly is that he has what looks like a desiccated tongue in a back in a like a mojo bag around his neck.
Ugh. Oi, does this count as an ear?
Nope.
We're going murdery, then we might as well give in to it. So, he's going to, I think the casting time, I don't know if it's different, but on the card it says 1 minute.
It's 10 minutes as a ritual.
Okay, cool.
That's just the way ritual works. Also,
Would you allow me to skip and do both the ring and the hammer at the same time?
matter of fact, the way that works is you once it's active, you can do any items within so many feet of you.
Oh, cool.
That's the way it's written now. It's much simpler and a lot less expensive than it used to be, because it used to be you have to use up the gem every time you have to go buy another one. Now it just says you have to have it as a focus.
Yep. A pearl and an owl feather.
Jacob, in the cleanup of the other three Grolem, you're able to scrape together 25 copper pieces, 4 silver pieces, and another of these weird tongues in a bag.
Hang on, I'm trying to find a pencil so I can write it down.
25 copper, 4 silver,
And
one
a tongue.
tongue, and it in a bag.
Delicious. How does it taste?
You can't taste; it's dead.
Haha. I never eat anything that can taste me back.
How much in silver?
4.
4,
Well, okay.
Every time you ask, 3.
2, 1.
2.
4 silver, 25 copper.
Okay.
1 tongue.
And a tongue in a bag.
Wait, like the literal tongue, or?
Like somebody's meaty, flabby tongue cut out of their mouth.
He's gonna open up.
No, I'm not.
He's gonna open up. Draug. What was his name? Drungar's mouth.
Drunder.
Under's
Uh-huh.
mouth. Does he have a tongue?
He does. And he's also got a whole mouth full of foul, rotting teeth.
Delicious. But he was very, very popular with the Grolem ladies.
Not so much that, but if he bit you, you'd have to take a poison save. So.
Eek. Right, so who wants to cut the ears?
You can.
Ugh.
Love the way they volunteered you for it.
Very well.
Unless you ask Jacob, maybe Jacob will do it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll do it.
What do you want me to do?
Cut the ears off.
Nothing.
No.
He's used to flaying fish in a past life that he doesn't like to remember. So he brings out a flaying knife that he wears on his hip
Mm-hmm.
and quickly dispatches the ears.
From the bodies.
Yep.
Collect all
And
the dry
he will
ears
also
that
take
are yellow.
the necklace of ears of the fallen hunters off of him.
Necklace of teeth.
Teeth and ears.
Well, the
On his
the ears were on his earring. Yeah, those are earrings attached to his
Yeah,
ears.
but we'll take them.
We're taking all those.
Okay.
Loot salute, right?
Right.
No, they deserve to go home. And then he'll do identify on the stuff.
All right.
The hammer, the ring.
So the hammer is a hammer of wounding.
Nice.
The extra D4 or D6.
It's an extra D4, but after that, it does 1 point of damage per round until the wound is actually served. So you either have to heal it or bind it to prevent that loss.
Just 1 damage round?
Just 1 point per round. Yeah. The idea is
well,
that it prevents people from laying in death saves.
Hmm.
Because that auto
So
hits.
nice of
Therefore,
him.
it's an auto hit. Therefore, it's an auto loss of a point.
And it does the, what? It's a maul, I suppose?
Yeah.
So it does a
D12.
D12.
D12, D4. Yep.
D12,
oh, my
D4.
hit points are much better than I thought. I was looking at a character sheet where she was a wizard 2 and cleric 1. She's now a wizard 4 and cleric
Is
1.
it a +1? I suppose.
The weapons +1, yeah.
And the ring. Is there anything fancy about the ring?
Well, the ring, when you pick it up and look at it, you used identify, didn't you? So yeah. So the ring is a ring of contact. Basically, if you put it on, you can communicate with others that have a similar ring. You have to be able to speak.
Oi,
their
this
language.
ring is some sort of contacting ring. Lets you contact others who have a ring like it. It'd be useful if we could find more of them.
Yeah? So
Though
let's just
it's a
say
bit
that.
scary to put on a ring that's connected to the dark forces.
Especially since it only works in the language of the creator.
Aye. By the
Yeah.
way, if you two don't mind, since I'm the only melee user here, not that I like to use melee if I can get away with it, but I'll hold on to the hammer.
That's fine with me.
Thank you.
The ring, the necklace of teeth is a well, okay. So in violent cultures, so Grolem and things like that, it gives you a +1 to persuasion. It's like an intimidation tool, but it's a -1 in communication with anybody else if you're wearing it, because it's off-putting to see a ring of teeth of normal people. It's not like fierce beast teeth, which is kind of impressive no matter what. This is just people teeth, which is kind of gross.
Hi, who wants the teeth? Ugh.
Let's just put them to the side to where we might want to use it to address
Or
a.
let's not. Let's destroy it utterly. I think that's a good move.
I think the rabbit would agree.
Let me see,
He'll
because
do-
I'm
that-
the
that-
local destructor. What can I use to destroy
Ceremony.
this?
If you have ceremony. I don't think you're eligible for it yet, but when you get to 3rd level, you can do ceremony.
Well, it's a cantrip, isn't it?
Is ceremony a
No.
cantrip? No, the ceremony was.
I have mending. Would you allow me to do unmending?
Sure.
I'm gonna unmend the hell out of it.
The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout.
Then
Yeah,
you
sure.
take a bite of 2 of what the War Office used to call you,
That's a nice one.
or your eyes drop out and your teeth fall in, and
That's the
something
old one.
happens to your nose and chin.
No, a great big worm with rolling eyes climbs into your stomach and out your eyes. Your stomach turns a sickly green, and pus
Comes out
walk out like whipping cream. You spread it on a piece of bread, and that's what you eat when you are dead. And that's how the song ends.
Nice. You went and looked for it. Nice.
No, I knew it.
You knew it as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
another
weird.
verse of a different song that goes to the same melody. It says, "Don't you ever laugh as a hearse goes by." No, that is the first verse, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
Don't you ever laugh as a hearse goes by, 'cause sooner or later you're gonna die.
Something about you being the ground. Yeah.
Yep. Anyways.
Good stuff.
So, how does the unmending work on the teeth?
Just what it says. They just kind of rot. They go through the whole rotting and corruption and decay, so they smell real bad for a few seconds.
And then he burns them just to be sure.
It's a little pile of burned ash.
Thank goodness. See, that's the meta min-maxing thing. That, like, we don't want people teeth. I don't want people teeth. You don't want people teeth. I don't care if it gives us a +1. I don't want people teeth.
Yeah, because you don't know when you're talking to somebody. It might be some of their relatives that you got on that chain.
Uh,
That
as a
That's
people's.
Snaggletooth Phil. I remember that tooth.
Ugh.
Ooh.
No thanks. Okay. Anything else we need to do before
No.
we
Collected your ears. Collected your booty. Ritual. They got rid of. Cleansed the remains. And what's his name does the only decent thing and actually uses his ritual to dry the teeth out, dry the ears out, so that they don't smell bad. So,
lovely.
Yeah, I could have used prestidigitation to clean them.
Yeah, but that
Well,
doesn't get rid of the aroma. He just went ahead and did a ritual to make them a
seeing
purifiable
as how we killed the big one, we should keep those ears and the things connected to it, and then he can have the set that he skewered.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever, I don't care. We head back now,
Yep.
yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So, riding back into town, you pass by several of the Warren kinsmen, and they eye you warily because you went through their area to get to the the hunting grounds, but they don't complain. They just stare after you and grimace, maybe a little. So, I haven't yet told you where you can go to sell these things, huh? So Rabbit has to show you that. And basically, you go to Maubre, the owner of the inn, and in the back he has the curing room where he does smoking and curing of his meats and stuff. And he's got one extra little storeroom where he keeps the charnel like this for the accounting when the sheriff comes through, so to speak.
I would like to barter to see if we can get some extra for the big ears, because clearly that's not a regular Grolem.
Well, you're selling it with the earrings attached, right?
Well, we weren't planning on it, but if he wants them,
Well, they say it's a sign of who it was you took down. You took down if you don't show him that, then he won't know that you took down Drunder.
okay, then sure, yeah.
So when you bring him in, he's so impressed by that not only does he give you double the bounty reward because he's going to collect when the sheriff comes, but he also gives you 3 nights at the inn on him, and because Tiara asked for it yesterday, he relents and agrees for breakfast. On the fact that you killed Drunder, because Drunder took out his family before, so he's glad to see Drunder's gone.
Would you mind seeing that the ears get back to their owners, or at least respectfully dealt with somehow?
Yes, I know who 3 of them are, so I will make sure they get back to their.
Great, thank you.
They can go back to their owners. Their owners are all dead, but he was.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yep. Get them the respect they deserve. That kind of thing.
Yep.
Nothing would
Maybe
please.
a priest of nothing, but
Nothing would please me more than providing that assistance to you.
I think as a priest of nothing, I believe that if, because he believes in it, it has to be like the peace of the afterlife, so he's got to be like some sort of respecting of the peace of after you die.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you never got peace in this world, so at least in the next world you should be.
Yeah, like if pieces of you are being bought and sold, then you're not really at rest, are you?
Right.
You're not really forgotten and nothing.
Oh, that's interesting. That sets him up to almost be an opposer to the Praxers of the world in the long term.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there you go. That gives you some idea of your context. Look for the ones that are anti-undead, because that's the ultimate screw you to a nothing precept, right? Is that
I know it's continuation of the flesh.
how dare you? How dare you move that stuff around?
But wait, if white veils are kind of the bad guys, that would make Praxer kind of pseudo good guy. I don't know.
Don't go there.
Strange.
It does lead to some great conversations anyway. Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you're back in town. You got your reward for the first collection of ears. You're well on your way to making good on your promise to Copperlocks. And I don't mean to be a stick in the mud, but it's 110 degrees in here, and so I'm going to sign off a little early so I can go in and get a bit of a rest before I go to work.
Okay.
Sounds delightful.
I have a
Everybody
question.
Everybody gets 300 experience points for the engagement.
Okay.
Does that make me level 3 now?
Should be awful close. No, it's 2,700, so 3,6. It's not 369, right? It's 3. No.
I don't know. I don't think I've gotten. I think I only got XP once, and that was the level up to level 2 with this character. So
you might be third.
Yeah, you should be, because I'm fifth.
Well, this didn't make you fifth. Oh, okay.
He has to be
You
higher.
had a question. I was interrupting.
Yeah, I'm trying. The one that I don't have down here is domain. I try to put in domains without a god, and I don't know which one of these gods that are listed in 5e that has the light domain. And I know it's not the right.
there is no god for them anymore.
No,
Clerics don't follow gods anymore. They
Okay,
just have
but
their
listen
domain.
to me. To work within my program, I have to list a god that has a light domain so I can get the light domain down on my character sheet. No,
Why?
That's
because it won't put a domain in
she's
unless I have a
she's,
god.
She's using a 3.5 software that's been modified.
No, I'm using 5e, and it
Okay,
has
so
all these.
Don't.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have a program that does 5e, puts out a 5e character sheet. But to get the domain, I have to list a god, and I don't know which ones have the light domain.
The sun
Well, that's
gods.
the thing. Well,
Look
I
at
don't-
the Faerun list and look for the one that's most like a sun god.
well, wait. Seriously, the 5e player's handbook says nothing about gods in the clerics at all. So I don't even know if that's like an official app or not, or
It's not.
anything, because
Well,
they don't
It's
deal with
It's
gods
an
at all in
aftermarket. It's an
5e.
aftermarket app. So, as far as what you're asking for, I'm trying to think of his name. Cord used to hang out with them in Cauldron. The priest of. They owned the cusp of sunrise.
Oh, okay. I'll
I'm gonna
see
look
if
at
I
the
can-
domains and see if it's listed.
Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you for those of you that were watching this stream. We'll see you all next time. Tomorrow is Tuesday. No, tomorrow is Friday, so it's...
No, tomorrow's Monday.
I knew that. Tomorrow's Monday. Oh, man, it's been a week. What can I say?
Yeah, but Jonathan, I think at 6 I might join Scott's group.
Good for you. Good for you. Have a good time playing.